Leiden analyzes human nature. The three souls of a person are one. Humans on earth all have three souls and seven spirits: the spiritual soul, and the living soul. These three souls govern every human's existence, life, and living on earth, influencing all interactions with people, events, objects, consciousness, all laws, values, and so on. They are intangible, but possess infinite wonderful uses and functions, producing everything mentioned above, that is, all the operations, activities, and behaviors manifested externally by human life. 1. The living soul governs the functions and roles of survival, seeking life, reproduction, and procreation in one's life. It is the power source energy of life. Essentially, when a person's living soul is extinguished, it is like the power source being cut off, and the person's life ends. The phrase soul flies and spirit scatters refers to the extinguishing of a person's living soul. The seven segments of the seven souls, which are attached to the seven invisible spirits of blood and energy, gradually dissipate, and a person can no longer survive in the world. The living soul governs the survival needs of the body, so when a person is hungry, they need food. When cold, they need warm clothing. When exposed to wind and snow, they need shelter to protect the body from harm and maintain survival. In short, it is a life. Maintaining life as the basic necessity for continued existence in the world is governed by the human's living soul. Another role and function of the human's living soul is the reproduction and propagation of life. It hopes not only to sustain life, but also to continue reproducing and propagating. This is also the essential function and role of the life soul. When the life soul maintains its essential functions and roles, because it is entirely for personal consideration, and during the process, it may intentionally or unintentionally create karma or commit sins which can harm others or groups, its inherently selfish nature is considered evil. Moreover, in relation to the Tao is not about allowing you to continue having a physical body in the world, to continue reproducing and proliferating, but rather to return to your innate state, which is the existence of a spiritual body and spiritual energy without a physical body. It is not bound by the physical body of the human world, and thus does not experience the suffering of birth, aging, sickness, and death. Therefore, in relation to the Tao, the living soul within our life is considered evil. But this does not necessarily refer to committing wrongdoing. Rather, it has diverged from the Tao, which is why it is called evil. The human's life soul is just one of the three souls, with the other two being the perceptive soul and the spiritual soul. In contrast, animals only have the life soul and the spiritual soul. Plants have only one soul, the life soul. The human life soul is relatively weak, followed by that of animals. Plants have only one life soul, so it is the strongest. The human life soul, for survival and reproduction in the world, will use the body to perform all actions or sins. These actions or sins, in any case, must return to the spiritual body, spiritual light, and spiritual energy. Being in the state of innate Tao is contrary. So relative to Tao, which is the innate Tao, it is called evil. The Chinese sage Xunzi said that human nature is inherently evil, referring to temperament, which is the living soul. The living soul, due to ignorance, creates karma that generates confusion, and from confusion, it continues to create karma, resulting in a never-ending cycle of wrongdoing and karma. Therefore, in the practice of cultivation, it is important to understand these reasons and to transform the inherent evil of the vital soul, also known as temperament. What is the evil of temperament? It refers to the 10 evils committed by our physical vital soul. The body has the 3 evils of killing, stealing, and adultery. The mouth has the 4 evils of double tongue, frivolous speech, false speech, and harsh speech. There are also the 3 evils of greed, anger, and ignorance. When these 10 evils are eliminated, actually, when heaven feels that the fetus in the mother's womb is mature, a flash of spiritual light descends as the soul, and all conditions are fulfilled, allowing this life to be born into the world with a cry, receiving the earth's energy. Except for this life being lazy or creating its own misfortune, basically, this life will bring provisions to survive on earth and return, only relying on the connection with parents to survive and grow during infancy and childhood through the hands of the parents. Therefore, those of us who practice cultivation and self-discipline, upon understanding this principle, truly need not worry too much about matters of survival. When a boy reaches 16 and a girl reaches 14, the natural functions and instincts of the life soul in their nature and reproduction emerge.